Hello, here's a very quick unboxing. This is for the Thermalright MJOLNIR is that how you say it? Vision 360 ARGB black. It's a 360 millimeter all-in-one CPU cooler. So we'll have a quick look at it. It is sealed, so we'll break the seal. They occasionally put seals on things, don't they? So let's just get it open and have a look. I'm just going to break that like that, and then this comes out like this. That presumably should be tucked in there. So anyway, so here's the manual for it. Components, list of components, which components you use. Now when you're unboxing these things, they look a bit intimidating because you get about 1 million different things in there, but you only look at the bits that's applicable to your socket, and that suddenly reduces the anxiety significantly. There's a USB cable there, and in here we have a bag of bits and bobs. So we've got a back plate. It's not got a label on it. Oh, it has. That's the Intel back plate. So there's the back plate for that. Move that box out of the way. There's some paste, Thermalright TF7 paste. Mounting brackets, little plastic cylinder things, screws and bolts, more screws, more little plastic things, more little plastic things. So it looks quite intimidating because you get a whole massive great bag of bits, but you're only going to be using a small proportion of those because it depends on what your socket is. So here's the actual cooler itself. So I'm going to try and lift it out and then just shove the box out of the way like this. Well, here's the actual cooler. So let's take this bag off. The fans are pre-applied, which is helpful if if the cables are in the right place. Otherwise you've got to take them off and put back on again. So this has got these cables at the back there, so that would suggest that it's going to go like that in the case, isn't it? And then like that with the cables, the tubes at the front of the case. Because if you put it at the back like that, so if the processor's here and that's the top of the case, you've got to reverse those fans because they're all obviously pre-screwed, and they're pre-wired as well. And what's interesting is that these wires here are not sort of standard PWM ARGB. It's all built into one cable, which I guess makes it easier to use, but also yeah, that suggests that there's this here. So this is the ARGB and the fan side of things. So there are actually, there's one connector, and it's PWM because there's 4 wires, one connector for that, one connector for ARGB, and then you've got pass-throughs for daisy chaining, which is kind of nice. So that's separate. So I will probably unravel that from these combs that they've put on it. And then there's one cable here, which is the pump one, and then we have here a very funky little screen. I don't think it can come off, and I don't think you can swap its orientation. I think it's very much attached, because some of them you can just move them around, but that one seems to be attached. So we've obviously got to get the orientation right, otherwise the writing's going to be upside down. So that's virtually unreadable. So yes, this could get interesting. So we haven't got much flexibility about how we sort of put it in. We have some flexibility, but not a great deal. So this is going into a machine that I'm assembling for somebody. They bought this, not me. It's the first time I've seen it. It does look kind of cool. The screen is a full screen. Does the box describe what the screen does? Not really, but there's the back of the box anyway, in case you're wondering. So there's the model, there's the dimensions of it, there's the rad dimensions, there's the supported sockets, there's the fan specifications as well. There's no information about the screen, or it does say customizable 3.5-inch LCD display. Interesting as to what that will mean. But Thermalright, I believe, has got some software, so we'll have a look at that. So this is going into a machine that I'm building for somebody. So there should be an add-on bit at the end of the video. If you were just here for the unboxing, then that's it done. So liking and subscribing is appreciated, and thanks for watching this bit, but stay tuned if you want to see it in action a bit later on. Right, so this is the cooler in the PC that I've just built. That's a Diablo 4 little animation that I made. I made that. Yay! Yeah, okay, thanks. It's kind of cool, I think. The screen is rectangular. This works better on a circular screen, but I put it on this anyway so you can see that it does it. So the customization options are fairly ridiculous. You can get a little bit sucked into it. The software is a nightmare. You have to add it as a scheduled task, otherwise you get the UAC prompt every time it loads. So there is a way around that, but I'm surprised they haven't sorted that out, but I guess I'm not them. So the actual cooler itself, really nice. There's a nice detail there with that Thermalright, nice reflective bit on there. The fans are great. They've got ARGB on there. They look to be the same fans as you get on the Evo, on the CPU cooler. They're the same sort of fans, I think. The connectors are slightly different, but I think they're the same sort of fans. They've got these nice little LED corners, which synchronize perfectly with OpenRGB. So when I was using it, I did some tests, and the maximum temperature, it peaked at, this is a Ryzen 7 7800X 3D, and it peaked at 76.8, as you can see on screen now, and that's with 115% utilization, which is ingenious. So that it cools really well, and it's quiet because you can't hear that. So as a cooler, it's brilliant. The software, clumsy as I don't know what, but once you've spent half an hour to an hour configuring it, you're just going to leave it, aren't you? So yeah, I am going to complain about this though. When the software auto starts with Windows, you do get a UAC prompt, so that is ridiculous. They should sort that. As I say, you actually sort it by doing a task, a scheduled task. I'll show you that now. So here's the tasks that I put in, and it basically runs at user login with high. I'll double click on it and you can see it. So you do run with highest privileges, and then you do run when user is logged in. The trigger is you add when the user logs in. Actions run the cooler software, and then that's it, right? So if you do it that way, you don't get the UAC prompt. So that fixes that. That's my only niggle. And obviously once you've sorted that, it's fine. The cooler itself is really quite nice. You can, if you don't want the screen, then you can just take it off because it's magnetic. So, and then you just get a block sitting there. So yeah, on the whole, it's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed by it. If you've got any other questions, then just stick them in the comments. Liking and subscribing is appreciated, and thanks for watching.